The story of Soso no Frieren Beyond Journey's End revolves around the journey of an elf mage named Frieren embarking on a journey to the gravesite of the hero Himmel, whom she'd helped defeat the Demon King in a previous journey a long time ago. Over the course of this story, Frieren meets and travels with a host of different people who are all following their own paths in life, whether they continue down the road they're on or discover a second lease on life. While there are themes of living life, whether it be content with what you have now or discovering new things, Frieren's world manages to carry an underlying feeling of sad nostalgia within it, alongside its optimistic progression. This creates something other fans have pointed out as a mixture of happiness sadness or sad happiness. I personally like to call it a happy melancholy. Frieren is a highly skilled elf mage who has not lived a boisterous life as those around her have. Often more emotionally reclusive than her peers, Frieren's interactions with others, mainly humanity, are met with confusion and often simple misunderstandings due to cultural differences. This starts to change when she meets the hero party. Over the course of their journey, these three men offer tons of wisdom alongside their general perspectives of the world that isn't shown to have an immediate effect on Frieren but comes back to her in many different situations when she embarks on a new journey. The story of Frieren is much less about seeing Himmel's gravesite than it is about her coming to understand the many different experiences the hero's party had given her. There are tons of moments within the story where Frieren's current group encounters a situation, whether it be serious or frivolous, that makes Frieren remember the good old times she had with her first party. These memories serve as a basis for which Frieren responds to current situations, and while it's usually paired with moments of happiness and understanding, this makes Frieren's situation a bit of an unfortunate one. Allow me to explain. There seems to be a theme of fleeting experiences in Frieren. The manga constantly reminds you that humanity specifically must deal with being ephemeral. They do not have the time like Frieren does to do almost anything they please. In the eyes of elves and demons, humans are here one moment and then gone the next. This connects back to Frieren's character in the sense that she has developed a deep connection with a notable cast of human characters that have since died off, only for her to put together a new group decades later. She's the closest thing to being a living embodiment of that hypothetical question about being immortal and the feelings that come with living long after your friends and family have died. Frieren must deal with losing the people around her time and time again until it's her time to eventually pass on, which won't happen for a very long time, as Siri tells her, "We have all the time in the world." She trained under the greatest mage ever, Flame, who died thousands of years ago. Most of the hero party she traveled with has died, and eventually she'll have to deal with Frieren and Stark dying too. Frieren has come such a long way from the near emotionless elf who never thought much of the world. Through her experience with humans, she's very obviously changed, and we see that in the way she treats Frieren and Stark. She treats Frieren as if she were her daughter, similarly to the way Frieren's old master did for her when she was young. Frieren treats Stark with a level of understanding that most young men wish they were able to receive from older people when they were Stark's age. Frieren has impacted them in ways that will stay with them for the rest of their lives. Unfortunately, she will not be able to share this experience for much longer. This explains why she's sometimes very adamant about getting people to change their direction in life. She is particularly interested in having a character named Sane, a priest who reminds her of Hader, as part of her party, so much that she takes several months out of her journey to persuade the man to join her party, and he ends up doing so for his own reasons. He eventually splits off from the group, but forever has a place with them. Part of why Frieren has gone out of her way to help people is because of what Himmel and Flame did for her. She knows that human life is fleeting, so she wants these people to have fulfillment in their journeys. She isn't always ready to help others the way Frieren and Stark are, but that's only very rarely and usually comes with obtaining an extremely mundane spell for her efforts, a leftover hobby she inherited from Flame. Frieren's entire character arc is about living through the people that continue to influence her even after they're long gone, so she can't share her actual experiences with them. For example, she can't brag to Hader about how she helped Frieren become an excellent mage because he's dead, so she's in a constant state of mourning even if she may not show it in ways that a person normally would be due to her being an elf, a species that has trouble properly expressing their emotions. This doesn't just involve those Frieren is close to, but in human society throughout the land in general. Statues of multiple famous heroes erected throughout the land signify the passage of time. Almost every new chapter reminds you at the very start that time is continuing to move forward. Frieren and her party stumbled upon a dwarf Frieren had encountered 200 years ago named Gen, who was almost done building a bridge that took him 200 years. Denkin spent most of his life training just to rescue the city of Weiss from its golden stasis. So much time had passed that by the time the city had been rescued, Denkin was much older than the feudal lord of Weiss, Gluck. There are so many examples of how time passing is both a good and bad thing in Sousou no Frieren. It's fun to watch Frieren's party do mundane things like go sightseeing, looking at some plants, walking along the road to the next destination, fighting demons, and slaying dragons. You know, the everyday stuff. It's great seeing the world slowly expand and change through the eyes of Frieren's group. Underneath all of that though is the thought that this won't last forever, but that makes you cherish the moments these characters share with each other even more. This lingering sadness and nostalgia that's just underneath the surface is what invokes this feeling of happy melancholy in Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Shout out to you guys for watching. Check out my other video about Frieren along with the other stuff on my channel. That's all I got for now. Peace.